Hey everybody, this is World War Guy here today, and that is right, this is the video of my entire collection, or I should say about 95% of it, and we'll go into a bit why 95, not 100%. Now this took me a long time to set up, and a long time to film, and probably a long time to edit, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to share the video to all your friends, please, like this video I actually worked quite a bit on. So with that being said, I'm going to step out of the way and we're basically going to start. Alright guys, so based on that poll I put on YouTube a couple weeks ago, I think, you guys, about 67% of you wanted to see the items separated by country. So that is exactly what I did. And so let's begin getting closer. Alright, so before we begin going through each item, as you can see, I have quite a bit of things. And it would take me all day if I went in detail for every single item. So unfortunately, we will not be going into every detail. We'll not be flipping things over so you can see the inside and the other side and the back side and the front side. Basically, I'm going to leave everything on the table the way it is. And I'm going to give quick, names, helmet, canteen, so on. And that's how the video is going to be. If you do want to see something in more detail, basically almost every single item here has been in a monthly update video. I'm sorry you'll have to do a bit of searching to see which month you're going to look at, but that's the way I'm going to do it. I apologize. With that being said, let's go with the first country. Alright, so we're starting with Peru. Peru, all I got is the M34 Adrian helmet. As you can see with the Peruvian sun there. Next, we have the Spanish Adrian helmet. This is the French contract to Spain that they used for their Civil War. Here we have 3 plaques from Bolivia. These are basically little military plaques, engineers, artillery, and infantry, and so on. Right here we have a Cold War Polish flag. Sorry, Poland, this is the only thing I actually have from you guys. Alright, then here we have my Czech and Czechoslovakian and Slovakian items. I just grouped them together. Underneath we have a Cold War Czechoslovakian map case, and here we have a Czechoslovakian canteen with a homemade leather strap. And then here we have a Slovakian Kevlar helmet. And then for a little bit of World War II, we have the VZ32 Czechoslovakian helmet with liner. Alright, so then hiding in the background here, we have a Danish civil defense jacket. Alright, and then for this country, I basically grouped it together. So if you're from Austria or Hungary, I'm sorry, but for this video, you're grouped together as Austria-Hungary. So up top here, we just have a M70 Hungarian jacket with the tag on it. We have a Hungarian field cap, Hungarian M70 canteen, Hungarian camo field cap, and a Hungarian M70 helmet with liner. Alright, Austria. I guess it's separated to some degree. Here we have a Austro-Hungarian bayonet, Austro-Hungarian canteen from 1916, and we have this weird turquoise-looking Austrian field shirt. I'm not exactly I don't remember exactly what it was for, but that is definitely in one of my update videos. Alright, so now we're going to go down to Italy. Here we have a World War II made M33 Italian helmet that was repainted post-war. Some fancy Italian silverware. And of course, you guys probably remember this, my Italian Carcano that my friend Luke sold me. And it comes with the bayonet on there. Alright, so Soviet items. Up here we have a post-war SSH-40 helmet, which is basically the exact same as the World War II variant, just with different dates. Here we have a Cold War Mosin Nagant ammo pouch. And then here we have a SSH-60 helmet that was used in Afghanistan and used by the Afghan army. As you can see, with some interesting writing in there. All right, then down here we have a Cold War Soviet canteen, Cold War Soviet grenade pouch, some more Cold War Soviet flight goggles or motorcycle goggles with paper, Soviet button. And these, if I remember correctly, they are either Soviet or East German. I put them with the Soviets because why not? Decontamination kits, that would go with your gas mask. All right, now moving along to Bulgaria. So here we have the model A, B, and C M36 helmet. We have a early post-war Bulgarian ammo pouch. And 2 Bulgarian mess kits. There you have the original sticker. Oh, that's upside down. And this one is named. All right, now moving along to Romania. All right, so here I have a few camo shirts. This one here, that looks like Fleck Tarn. I have 2 of them. And those are the M94, I believe, field shirts. And then here we have a earlier pattern of the camo shirt, which I think is M80 something. Down here we have a AK-47 Romanian bayonet. And then here we have a Romanian field cap. This is the one that you usually see me at the shooting range with. All right, then here we have a Cold War Romanian bread bag. These are the exact same that would have been used in World War II. And then a Romanian leather ammo pouch. And then down here, we just have a Romanian winter field cap. Very warm, very cozy. And then down here, we have a Romanian field shirt, or I guess coat, field coat. All right, now we're moving to Yugoslavia. All right, so here I have 4 helmets. These are the M59-85 helmets. We have one with the Red Star, one with the Yugoslav Army sticker. We have one with the Serbian sticker, which you can see the Red Star underneath. And then here we have a Serbian sticker that has the Yugoslavian Army sticker underneath, which probably has the Red Star underneath. Then here we have some, I was told, Cold War ammo pouches for the Yugo Mauser. Then here we have a Yugoslavian spare barrel carrier. This would have been for the M53 machine gun, which is basically a copy of the MG42. Here we have a Yugoslavian canteen set and mess kit. What I believe is a Yugoslavian MG pull tab for the ammunition. And this one was made during World War II in Germany, but it was reissued to the Yugoslavian Army Cold War, so that's why I put it with Yugoslavia. It is just a ammo drum for the MG53. And then here we have a bayonet. I'm not sure if it's Yugoslavian or Belgian, to be honest with you, so please excuse this part in here, but I decided to put it with Yugoslavia. And then, of course, just some Yugoslavian ammunition, or I guess just casings at this point. And then here we have my first ever rifle, my child, my M48 Yugo Mauser with the Croatian coat of arms, which is very interesting. And of course on this I just have a Israeli sling. So Israel, I guess you do have something in the video. All right, now we are moving to Sweden. So here I have 2 Swedish coats. The one on the bottom I think is the M53. Ooh, I actually forgot my name. So for now they're just going to be the Swedish wool coats. This one's from the 60s, I believe, and this one's actually dated 1943. On here we have a Swedish canteen, which what I thought was a Swedish canteen cover, but I'm not too sure, but it's with the canteen now. Here we have the Swedish M23 helmet. Oh my god, I'm forgetting all my model numbers now. Swedish helmet, this would have been the same kind used in World War II. And then here we have 2 different Swedish canteens. This one's sort of a gray color, and this one's more of a green color. All right, moving along to Switzerland. So here I have the Swiss M18-40 helmet. Here I have the Swiss M70 helmet with the camo cover. And on top of that, I have a Swiss entrenching tool, Swiss M18-40 helmet camo cover, 2 of these Swedish field caps, Swedish winter cap. These are very lightweight but very, very warm. We have a named, have I been saying Swedish? If I've been saying Swedish, I'm sorry, I meant Swiss. Here we have a Swiss canteen and cup that is named. 2 Swiss gas mask bags that are also named. Some surplus ammunition. A Swiss gas mask bag and another Swiss gas mask bag. And underneath, some very cozy Swiss mittens, whatever. And then down here, I have a Swiss work jacket and work pants. All right, now for my relatively small Japanese collection. We have a very nice leather Japanese map case, 2 Japanese canteens. This one has some possibly post-war modifications, but is original nonetheless. And this one is all original besides this strap that I made myself. And it is named on the strap as well as on the flask itself. I'm assuming named. And then underneath, I have 2 Japanese bayonets without the sheath, unfortunately. And this little guy, we have a Japanese ID booklet. So think of like a German Soldbuch. That's kind of the same thing, pretty much. Alright, now going on to the British items. Underneath all of this, we have a British Night Desert camo shirt. These are really cool, honestly. I really love this. Next, we have a late war British gas mask bag that was used by the French Resistance. Although the guy seems like he was probably from Belgium, since Spa is a city in Belgium. Then down here we have the early war gas mask and bag. So you can see the gas mask and the filters inside. And you have a nice bag. And what came with that bag, as you can see in my monthly update video from November of 2019, it came with an original gas Bussard that I didn't know was in there till I brought it home. So that was a very lucky find, honestly. Then here we have a British ammo pouch. This is possibly from World War II, but since there's no date, it could easily be post-war. Here we have a cap badge for the engineers. And then here we have a very nice canteen and strap. Alright, now to the French items. Alright, it's going to be a bit hard to see, but underneath I have a field green jacket, raincoat, whatever you want to call it. I believe it's French, so I'm not too sure. Since we can't see it too much, it's going to be French today. Underneath I have the French camo, pretty much a woodland camo, but Francofied. Here I have a early Cold War French ammo pouch. These are very heavy-duty leather and canvas. Very cool. 2 French canteens. This one is World War II, I believe, and as you can see, it is actually named. And then here's a smaller canteen. Now this one is World War I or World War II. I'm not entirely sure. Here we have a, I believe, early post-war French ammo pouch. And then the Adrian helmets, and you guys probably know that I really love Adrian helmets. So here we have a M15 light infantry or chasseur Adrian helmet, and on top of that we have what I believe is a French dog tag. And then here we have 2 M26 French helmets. Here we have a infantry one with a repro liner, chin strap, and possibly badge. And on top we have a artillery M26. This one is original badge, original liner, and chin strap. Alright, so now for my 2 little Dutch items that I love very much. Here we have a Cold War, basically ration tin for the Dutch. You can see Holland right there. Some more markings right there. And then a Dutch, at least Dutch-made M34 helmet. And the reason why I say Dutch-made is because there's Dutch markings inside, but since the badge is missing, I cannot say for sure if it was a Dutch used or a Romanian used. Since it was produced in Holland, I believe in Amsterdam, this one, that's why I have it with my Dutch collection. Alright, so now for my top or second most favorite country to collect from. Belgium. So many of you probably know, but my family's from Belgium, so I have that Belgian, national pride. Underneath here we have two M15 Adrian helmets that were used by the Belgians. This one I believe is a World War I manufactured that was later issued to the Belgians, but this one was created by Fonson Bruxelles, which from what I remember they made helmets in the 1920s. So it's an M15, but it would have been a post-World War I issued helmet. And then we have these two, which I guess should have been with the British items because they are British World War I canisters for a howitzer. If I remember correctly from my research, it was from the howitzers. So that one's 1916 dated. And that one's 1917. Why did I put them with Belgium? Probably because they belong to my grandfather, and he's Belgian, so I don't know. Alright, then here we have a World War I Belgian mess kit. Well, I believe it's World War I, or it's early post-war. Alright, then underneath here we have two Belgian trench coats. I believe these are early post-war, early post-World War II. And then here we have a Belgian battle dress, which you can see the line right there, and it also comes with the pants. Laying on top of that, we have three M31 Belgian helmets. Here we have a Gendarmerie. Here we have a relic condition Belgian M31 with no liner. And this one's one of my crown jewels in my collection, is a Belgian M31 helmet with original liner chin strap, and it's got the soldier's name, serial number, and some other number in there. Continuing with Belgium, we have some random shoulder boards here. On the ground here, we have what I believe is either Dutch or Belgian Cold War haversack, backpack, whatever you want to call it. Moving on here, we have a Belgian field cap. This one I believe is just for the infantry. No. This one is just, kind of for parade use. See, pretty worn. Underneath that, we have a L702 gas mask canister with gas mask inside and instruction manual. On the bottom here, we have another Belgian field cap. This one I believe is for the medics, or the medical unit. On top of that, we have a beret with some insignia. And then here we have my grandfather's beret when he was in the military during his service. He was engineers, and this is what he wore. On top of here, this is actually my very first item that led me to this collection now. It is a Belgian, M51, I believe, M1 helmet. So basically just an M1 clone. And then next to that, we have a Belgian dispatch rider helmet. These are actually made of like a cork or something. Then underneath all this, we have some Belgian uniforms. I have the field shirt, field pants, and the field jacket, which are all of the M90 Jigsaw camo. And before I forget, I also have the belt that would go with the uniform. Alright, then here we have my grandfather's brother, so my great uncle, I guess. This is his eating utensils, not utensils, his mess kit and canteen cup. that he used when I guess he was in his military service as well. Then here we have my grandfather's ID booklet, his dog tags, and a little not a badge, but metal thing, whatever you want to call it, from when he worked at the Shape. Then here we have my beautiful Belgian field manual for the infantry. That was in one of my more recent update videos, so check that out. Then here we have assortment of medals and badges and so on. These two are very important to me, as these belong to my great-grandfather, who was taken prisoner by the Germans in 1940. This one was his military ID bracelet, and this one was actually his prisoner dog tags, ID tags, whatever. So very unique, very happy to have those. Here, this is probably more of like a civil defense type thing, but this was issued in World War II, basically for I don't really know, honestly. I think supplying food like such as meat and beef to the military, or I don't know, but that's pretty interesting. Probably to keep the production going even during war times, kind of like, hey, thanks for working. Here we have two civil defense Adrian helmet badges, so this would have been worn on the Adrian helmet instead of the lion. Two, or I guess 3 medals. This one's, I believe, would have been issued post-World War II. This one would have been issued during World War I or post-World War I. Yeah, probably post-World War I, since, 1918. And this one's probably another, like, commemorative medal. And these two, if I remember correctly, are basic buttonhole badges or whatever. Still couldn't really figure out what they were, but 1940, 1945, and it has the line, these are Belgian. Alright, then we have a Cold War era Belgian pistol holster. I don't know exactly which pistol, but yeah, someone painted it this more of like a more puke green than it already was, so don't know why. And then we have my newest child, which is my Belgian M89-36 Mauser with a modern sling that or I guess new made sling that I made myself. Alright, so now we're going to get into my second largest collection group, which is German stuff. So let's not waste any time. Alright, so where to begin? I guess let's go with some tornisters. So I have 4 tornisters here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The earliest one is this one from 1939, and the latest one, I think, is one of these from 1943. I love tornisters, honestly. Even though I have 4 and I don't have room for them, I would happily buy some more for a good price. On top of that, we have a World War II German postcard. That 25 bucks? Huh, might have to change that. I don't know. But it was written on Hitler's birthday in 1939. Here we have a World War I Imperial German ID booklet. A lot of information inside. Very cool stuff. Underneath, I have 3 German bayonets. This one's an Imperial German bayonet from, I believe, 1915. Then here we have a all matching numbers 1939 German bayonet. And then here we have a relatively relic condition 1944 bayonet with some sort of post-war sheath on it. Down here we have a Luftwaffe breadback strap. Up here I have 2 German canteens. This one's all original World War II, while this one has some post-war and wartime items, so it's a bit, a cluster of wartime, post-war stuff. Underneath here, I have my Luftwaffe named bread bag, which is very cool, very happy to have that. Here I have a mine identification flag. Moving down here, we have another canteen. This is a German canteen that is named with a whole bunch of cities from France, Belgium, and Germany. I still haven't been able to figure out if it was done by a US or British soldier or a German soldier. Then here we have two meskets. This one's a mismatch. The top one is, I think, from 1938, while the bottom half, I think, is from 1940, if I remember correctly. Then here we have a, if I remember correctly, all matching 1942 dated mess kit. Here we have a cleaning kit that is actually named and has the unit on it. Down here we have some tornister straps. We have a 1888 dated, I guess Prussian, no, it would have been German by this point, German ammo pouch when they still use, single shot rifles. At least that's what the model's for. On here we have some original ammunition that still has the ammo inside. Then here we have some German-made ammunition, but this would have been for the Steyr Mannlicher M9530 rifle. If you guys saw my update video of the most expensive ammo I've ever bought, that is the ammo that's in there. Alright, then here we just have a original D-ring, original denazified German buckle. Then underneath that we have a 1939, 1936, I don't remember the date, World War II German medical pouch. Moving down here, we just have some dust goggles. Here we have a Bakelite whistle with a modern ring on there. And then this was actually found at the gun range, part of a box of this ammunition. Moving along, underneath we have a 1909 dated medic pouch, Imperial German. We have a 1939 dated Spork. Here are some dust goggles. These are the Afrika Korps ones, but you would have seen these issued to a lot of the motor vehicle crews, such as the motorcycles. Alright, here we have another Luftwaffe breadback strap. Underneath that, we have 3 different German ammo pouches. Another, simple bug-eyed goggles, dust goggles. Here we have an Imperial German, I believe this would have been Prussian, belt buckles, Gott mit uns, God is with us. Original World War II spare lenses for the gas mask. Some of my original ammo, these are the German ones. These are 1944 dated, and this is the one that cracked when I shot it. Here we have, I believe it's actually a late war, like 1944 model belt, because it still has, see, it has the holes instead of an extra tab for them. That, or it's some sort of political part of the German Nazi regime, I guess. I'm not too sure. Here we have a Losantin tablet box container. Basically, these are decontamination kits. And inside you have these little, like, Pez looking things that if you're exposed to, like, mustard gas, for example, you basically crush it up and put it on the affected area. Then here we have 2 coconut tropical canteens. This one's, I think, 1943, while this one's, I think, 1942. This one has leather straps, while this one has canvas straps. On top of this, I have a, I believe, I have a model M1907 Imperial German canteen. I'd say in more of a relic condition. Here we have another mess kit. This one's dated 1940. On top of that, I have a complete 1938 dated rifle cleaning kit. It has all the components inside. Then on top of that, I have a canteen cup. This one's metal, not Bakelite. And then here I have a sort of relic condition canteen. The flask is pretty good, but the cover and the straps are not too good. And then here we have a World War I German pouch. The seller wasn't too sure what it was, and I still haven't been able to find anything on it. Nonetheless, still pretty cool. Then right here we have a 1936 dated German map case. Down here is a rubberized gas sheet bag. And underneath all that, if you can see, is a, I believe, 1942 dated tropical rucksack. So these are the same kinds that the German Afrika Korps would have used when they were in North Africa. Of course, they were used, you know, in Russia, Sicily, Italy, all that good stuff. Here we have a, I think, model 1918 Imperial German gas mask canister. This one's in relatively relic condition. You can see a little bit of the paint under the rim there. Alright, then here we have some World War II gas mask. This one's a German gas mask that was reissued to, I believe, the Danish Civil Defense. Then this whole set is all together in one piece. You have a, or at least I bought it that way. You have a German canister with straps, new made straps using original fabric, if I remember correctly. You have a 1941 dated filter. And on top of that, you have a original gas mask. Now, of course, the inside stretcher is a reproduction. Then here we have some pretty new looking stuff, but this is a original canister that was refurbished by At the Front. And this is an original gas cape that At the Front basically installed new snaps because they did not have snaps. Then hiding back there, you have a civilian gas mask canister, and on top of that, you have the civilian gas mask. And right in front of it are either late World War II or early post-war German Gamaschen, or leggings, gaiters, whatever you want to call them. Then all the way back there, we have a German pith helmet. If I remember correctly, this is the second model that they used. Alright, then here we have a, I believe, early post-war German short canister, or gas mask canister. And then here you have a West German gas mask canister. Down here you have a post-war, I believe, either East German or West German Esbit stove. And this little pistol, it seems like a cap gun. Honestly, I bought this as a kid, so I don't really know too much about it. Alright, right here you have a Flecktarn service shirt and a Flecktarn hat. G11 ammo pouches. These are those like vinyl ammo pouches. Really weird. And then right there you have a East German ammo pouch for the AK-47 something. All you AK guys can probably correct me on that if you made it this far. And on top of that, I have a East German cap insignia. Alright, I had to go to the back because I couldn't reach anymore. Here we have two East German assault bags, or, you know, field packs. And then we have two East German gas mask bags. This is the larger version, this is the shorter version. You'll just have to believe me. And then here we have two basically cavalry leggings. These are made of leather. The seller said they were German. I got them as a Christmas gift, so I don't really know. But you can see a lot of countries with very similar leggings. So I put in the German category for the video. And here you just have a simple East German shovel, two East German canteens. Here you have a East German utensil, and then a West German or Austrian mess kit. All right, now doing some helmets. Here we have a relic condition M16 helmet that was repainted black at some time, a squished M40 German helmet, relic condition M42 helmet, my very, very nice M42 single decal German helmet, and my East German M53-70 steel helmet. Down here on the floor, or on the ground, we just have some East German camo shirt and pants. And then here, yes, these are actually Italian Beretta M, Oh, I forgot the model number, I apologize. But these are the ammo cans. Sorry, ammo boxes with the trays inside. Put them with the German stuff because they have eagles and swastikas on it, even though I know that these are done post-war to try to get an extra buck out of people. Alright guys, last stretch of the video. If you made it this far, write down in the comments, I love Militaria, or no, scratch that, that's cheesy. If you made it this far in the video, write down, potatoes are good. There we go. So I know you made it this far. But honestly, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot that you guys are even watching this to begin with, even if it's just 1 minute of the video. So I really do appreciate it, and I kept the biggest part of the collection for last, and after this video, I'm definitely going to have to do some downsizing. Alright, let's begin down here, I guess. First item, we have a original World War II U.S. binoculars case with binoculars inside. I think the binoculars are dated 1942 or 1943. We have the Krag Jorgensen ammo pouch. These are the kind that they would have used during the Mexican-American War. And then here we have a 1910, I think, or 1917 dated first aid pouch with a 1916 dated tin inside. Here we have, these are goggles, mostly for like anti-aircraft gunners, or basically anytime you're watching towards the sun, this will help you, not get blinded, and it comes with a tin. Right there we have a, I think 1950s or 1960s emergency drinking water can that still has water inside. We have a, I believe, World War I sewing kit that is actually named. I believe World War I foot powder. Some shoe dubbing. Some bits and some pieces of metal, or some metals there, and buns. And then we have some war ration booklets. Alright, down here we have a bandolier, pretty simple. M1943 entrenching tool. This actually has the Belgian tool inside, actually. Same thing. Here we have a World War I haversack, M1910 haversack. Another World War I M1910 haversack. Down here we have a M1928 haversack. Down here we just have some random, socks, underwears, hats, things like gloves, things like that. These were from a veteran who I believe fought in the Korean War, or at least served during the Korean War era. Here we have a probably Vietnam era M1911 holster. Then here we have a M1928 haversack. Here's a M1912, I think, Marine Corps haversack. You can see with the mustard yellow canvas and the forest green stitching. Then here you have a pickaxe, I forgot the model number, M1910 shovel with carrier, 1917 dated. Here we have some World War II USMC combat suspenders, World War I US gas mask bag. Then here we have the early World War II kidney gas mask bag. Then here we have a first pattern rivet USMC knapsack. So this is the 782 pack system. This one's early war because you have the rivets, you have this sort of greenish color, and then you actually have an orange trim on the side. Here we have a, I think, 1940s dated pistol belt, another M1928 haversack, a second model USMC knapsack, and another second model USMC knapsack. This one is named, and this name's all over this place from the same guy. He really didn't want to lose his stuff. Some M36 combat suspenders. Underneath here we have a, I forgot the model number, US gas mask bag. These are probably the more common ones seen throughout the war. Then here we have a British-made M1928 haversack. So you can tell by the greenish color and the British-style buckles. On top of that, you have a pistol belt from, I think, 1942 with part of a World War I grenade vest that they used as a pouch. Pretty good idea when you think about it. Alright, then here we have a 1942 dated musette bag. This one has a hole from something. We could probably tell ourselves it's from a fragmentation or a bullet. Who knows? You can make up any story you want. Then back there we have a, I believe, Korean War or early Vietnam era Marine Corps haversack. This would have been like the 4th pattern, I think. Then here you have a M17 gas mask bag. So these would have been used in Vietnam and up to Desert Storm, Desert Shield. Alright, going back to the top here, we have 2 mess kits there. One of them's 44 dated, the other one's I think 45 dated. Here we have a 1918 dated mess kit. 1943, I believe, dated wire cutters pouch. That one's almost in unissued condition. Binoculars there. One of them's missing an eyepiece. That one's 1943 dated. Random GI strap. World War II service belt. Underneath, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go through all of them, but you have leggings. I have about like 4 or 5 pairs of the World War II leggings. Some World War I leggings. These are pretty interesting to say the least. The M1878, I believe, canteen. So this is kind of the same shape at least of the canteens used in the Civil War. You got that flat disc kind. Here's a magazine pouch for the pistol for the M1911. Under here you have some bayonets, and alright, so you have a very relic condition bayonet. This one's probably a early post-war bayonet, and that one there, this one here, is a 1942 bayonet that was actually it used to be a 16-inch blade, but it was cut down to the 10-inch variant, so that's really cool. And then here we have a K-bar knife, but this was actually for the US Navy. And, of course, it's on this side. US Navy K-bar. Alright, canteens. I love canteens, honestly, so much. Can never have enough. Here we have it's an M1910 model, but it's from, I believe, the Vietnam War, or at least that era where it has the snaps instead of the lift-the-dot. And then I'm not going to go through every single canteen, but you can see I have some M1910s, M1942s, and the dates range from 1918 to probably 1945 in this pile here. And I have 2 Marine Corps, bunny ears, canteen covers, canteens. These are actually some ice cleats, World War II issue, so these are really cool. Interesting little devices though, honestly. About 3 or 4 cartridge belts. 2 of them are World War I, one of them was World War II. And then underneath, from this little section you can see, so you have to take my word for it, is a World War II US wool coat. And this was I don't remember, it's a coat from World War II. I just don't exactly remember the designated name for it. But it's not wool, it's cotton. Oh, I think I forgot to say this one. 1940 dated canteen cover with a, I think, 1918 dated canteen and a 1942 dated cup. I don't remember. Another canteen. Here's another World War II cartridge belt. Small collection of Garrison caps. You have some, I believe that's Signal. I forgot what orange was. And then these 3 are Marine Corps. All right, and then right there you have a early war U.S. ammo can where it's all metal, kind of this flimsy, and it opens this way. M1926, I believe, pneumatic belt. So this is the kind of things you would have seen worn on D-Day. Of course, they were used other places besides D-Day Normandy. original late war Marine Corps poncho. Yeah, that's the frog side. Underneath you would have the beach side. And here you have a naval field cap, I believe. Pretty cool, got it for cheap. Corporal insignia patch. Sewing kit with some content inside. And this is a World War I era sewing kit. No, not sewing kit, shaving kit. Same thing, right? And then right here we have a original World War II Marine Corps blanket. Normally it's supposed to be greener, but on camera it's showing more of a gray. But I promise you it's green. And this one's actually named. I'm not going to show it to you because it's all folded up neatly. But if you check one of my monthly update videos, it will be in there. Trust me. Almost forgot this guy here. You got a World War I Doughboy helmet. That's just the shell, so relic condition, with a World War II gas mask on it. Right here we have about 4 or 5 service shirts and pants. There's really nothing unique about these besides one of them, but they're service shirts. You guys know what they look like. And on top of that, we have a, I believe, Vietnam-era Marine Corps dress uniform. Private. Pretty neat. Alright, then right here we have about 6 naval jumper uniforms. Honestly, I don't even know why I have this many. But yeah, I have too many of these. And on top of that, I have a, I believe, Vietnam-era Air Force dress coat with actually some World War II medals, or at least ribbons, which is pretty interesting. And then here I just have some random, shirts and pants, service, basic stuff. M43 jacket. And underneath I actually have a Korean War Ike jacket with Korean War pants. Alright, then here we have 2 World War I helmets. This one I have a reproduction liner inside. And here, this is all original. You can see someone wrote the city of Phoenix in there with a backwards N. Dumbass. And the, I believe, 89th Infantry Division Rolling W insignia on it. So that would have been done post-war for sure. And then inside you have the original liner. On the mannequin, you have a original World War I U.S. gas mask. This one's in pretty rough shape. I mean, the lenses are cracked here. This one's stained and dirty. There's tears and holes in the mask, and the tube has holes in them. But it's there, and the filter's still on it, and it's not, leaking any charcoal. And then it comes with the original gas mask bag that I bought it with. Backside here, we just have my, Alice clip system combat equipment that I use for my Desert Storm impression. Alright, then this naval uniform, this is more of a dress uniform. This actually belonged to my neighbor's husband who fought during World War II, and I really do need to get more information on him because, this jacket has potential history behind it. I just don't fully know it yet, so that's definitely something I need to do soon. Next, we have one of my favorite uniforms is a original World War I U.S. Doughboy uniform. This one has some post-war insignia on it, such as the, I believe that's one of the first private first class, patches. And on the other side, you have a red chevron for the honorable discharge, before they came with the ruptured duck in World War II. And then on the inside, you have early World War I breeches, where it has buttons at the legs instead of a lace. Then here we have a World War II USMC P41 utility jacket. And this one, I'm actually now wondering if that's actually a unit marking. So, damn, a lot of research I haven't done. But yeah, this is really cool. One of my favorite jackets. And then down here, we have 3 helmets. 2 M1 helmets. For some reason, I kept the reproduction cover on it. I don't know why. But underneath, this is the one that I restored. So it's not original paint anyways. On top of here, we have an original M1, all original paint and everything, with original liner and chin straps. Then here we have my Pasget helmet. I took off the cat eye band and I didn't put it back on for some dumb reason. But you have an oversized cover on it, and the shell's actually painted black, so it's most likely reissued to be a police helmet. Underneath that, I have my chocolate chip camo jacket and pants. And then for the very last item of this video, of my entire collection, is this grouping here. You have a field jacket, the M60 variant, I believe, 2 field caps, a laundry bag, and I actually do have a poncho somewhere. Well, actually, I know where it is. And a lighter. And these actually belong to one of my coworkers who was stationed in the Dominican Republic during the 60s and 70s, I believe, which apparently was actually considered a war zone as well. It's just overshadowed by Vietnam. So these are the things he actually wore and used. So you have this very old laundry bag. It's not in the best condition. He wanted to throw it away, but no, I'll keep it. I like it. So I have that. He has a field jacket, which is actually a very comfortable jacket, honestly. I might even like it better than the M43. There's that. This is the lighter that he used. And here we have I believe it's a winter variant of the field cap. And then your basic Vietnam era cap with a very large bill. That's pretty much it. Alright, so that was my entire collection video. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did say this is about 95% of it, and that's because 5% of it is still in those foot lockers. I'm sorry, but that's a lot of stuff. I had to use chairs because I ran out of tables, so I understand that there's no room to take that stuff out and put it somewhere unless I wanted to put it on the ground. So either way, it's only about 5%, and honestly, seeing this, I'm gonna have to downgrade. So we're gonna do, a quick run through again of everything, so you guys can see it one last time, and that'll basically be it. So that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I did a good job with it. I hope it's not boring and just disappointing or anything like that. So honestly, put your honest opinion in there if you enjoyed it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to do a video like this ever again. This took a lot of work and a lot of time. Besides that, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, drop a like, write a comment. Make sure to share. Please share. Subscribe so you can see more cool information and stuff. But besides that, you guys have a great day.